Hello, welcome to the Center for Restorative Justice at Simon Fraser University. I'm Brenda Morrison, and I'm a professor here in the School of Criminology, and I specialize in the topic of restorative justice. We're one of the few universities across Canada that does specialize in delivering courses in restorative justice. We offer a number of undergraduate courses, in fact 4 different undergraduate courses in restorative justice, beginning with our foundation course, which is Introduction to Restorative Justice, Criminology 315, and students love it. I love teaching it. The whole course is grounded in a critical pedagogy, critical thinking, and critical analysis. So like most courses, it is 12 weeks long, and it's about thinking about justice in a very broad sense. So one of the first questions that we look at is, what is justice? How do we operationalize it? How do we think about it in contemporary society? And so what that actually looks like is that we have a state-based justice system. The primacy of the state is central to the way we think about justice. And when we enter a justice process, often it is a contest between the state and the alleged offender. So we deconstruct that and ask what that means. What does it mean when we enter an adversarial justice process? And what do we get out of operationalizing justice in such a manner? So restorative justice grew out of dissatisfaction with contemporary ideas of justice, that we need to get beyond the state and back into communities. So a restorative justice process asks not what can the state provide in the form of justice, but what can the community provide. So the state asks certain questions: what happened? Who did it? What do they deserve? A community response asks a set of different questions. A community would ask, who has been harmed? What are their needs? And whose obligation is it to fulfill those needs? So it comes from a very different need base. As well as that, well, in a conventional court-based process, we separate reason from emotion because the focus is on determining guilt or innocence and focusing on the facts. In a restorative justice process, because we want community engagement, we want to repair the harm done, we find reason for emotion. So it's all these different processes that we look at when we think about justice and living in just communities. And so to get there in the course here at SFU, particularly our foundation course, but in fact all of our courses, we use a critical pedagogy and practice. And we use, in our tutorial groups, we use a process called AVP and other experiential activities to unpack this in a really experiential, engaging way. So the Alternatives to Violence project comes out of the prisons, where we use community engagement to unpack justice and crime and wrongdoing and violence and anger. And we take those same processes and we use them in our tutorial groups, and the students find them absolutely amazing. And we complement that with a lot of guest speakers and didactic dialogue, and I hope you'll join us.